But here's what these pins look like. Now for these real light attachments, I just hang it like this. Well, this is what they look like. They got a flat spot, so they fit into this provisions, and all these attachments will have this little emboss, whatever you want to call it. They're about a, I don't know, 1-inch steel bar, pin, whatever. And it looks like this hammer is going to have grease zerks right in it, and the pin itself has got a groove in it. So it looks like it's made a little differently, but it'll work. Because this machine has got the grease zerks fitting right on this, on the arm itself. And the pins are solid, but it looks like this one here has got a channel for the grease, so it'll be getting extra grease. So no matter which way I grease it, it'll be greased. Obviously this one can fall right off now. Drop the washer in the dirt. That's an important step. Yeah, grease and dirt don't mix. So I went down to Tucson, so I'll do a time-lapse video probably on the same video showing the mountain drive through the Salt River Canyon. It's really beautiful, but I don't know, the GoPro, if you guys know about GoPros, there's a time warp feature. It actually went in slow motion, so I'm gonna have to speed it up times 1,000 to go fast forward. So this is gonna fall to the ground if I don't catch it. So that's the ripper. It's usually for tree roots. So you can see the grease system worked good. And I'll put my washers, or do you say washer? Who says washer? Bloop it in the comments there. Washer or washer? Washington or Washington? Washing machine or washing machine? I want to know what parts of the country have that dialect, just out of curiosity. So this comes with everything you need, evidently. It's ultra deluxe toolbox here. You have other boxes, you could use this to go fishing with your kids. A couple little poppers in there. This comes with a nitrogen gauge, which is, I believe it's this provision right here. So here's the provision for the nitrogen up here, evidently. So this comes with 0 instructions. It comes with a Chinese QR code, maybe. I don't know what this is. Danger. Can you guys decipher that for me? 14 to 16 pounds of nitrogen, evidently. I don't know what it does. Cools it, maybe? Cools the tool? Or it creates the, like a Fox shock, it creates the percussion cushion. That's my best guess. My best guess is like a little cushioning device in there for the tool when it's hammering away. But this is the hammer. It's kind of like an SKS bit, but not really. It's got a chamfer there for the, like this. There's this pin. So there's this pin here. So it looks like this pin here holds this in place. Tell me why. Is it on there? This? That's it. Oh, that was it. Okay. I'll probably just flip this around and boom out. Okay, I'll set that down for a second and then we'll... Okay, so this toolbox came with some fancy wrenches here. The quick attachment I was telling you about, the unit didn't come with a wrench, but that's a 22 millimeter, so this does have that, but you don't get it with the tractor. That's not going to do anything. You're not getting 0 leverage with that. So that's probably for this here. These are just caps. I'm guessing I is I for in, O is out, so in and out. So that loosened up those caps. Looks like there's pre-lubricated with the fluid. So at least it's not an empty cylinder. Looks like we got some fluid there. Metal shavings. Those are metal shavings came off there? Nice.
Kinda look like it.
These hoses look like they're identical. At least they're wire reinforced. What I wish they would include is, I don't know, I don't like fittings coming out straight like this. That's just, seems like a lot can go wrong if you hit something. Whereas, but maybe, I'll take a look. Yeah, I guess this would be in the way if they went like this, because the arm over here. So I guess I see why they do it. They're going to be coming off either like this or like this. So I'm guessing I'm going to put it like this so I can keep an eye on the hoses while I'm working. If they're out here, you can't see it, so I'll put them like something like this. So let's see if they fit this China unit. Now this I shouldn't have any fluid here unless they tested it, because this has got a valve for this thumb, like I mentioned. So, well, there is fluid coming out of there. I do have fluid. Let's see if it stops. It did stop. Okay, so a little bit of fluid in there. There's no O-ring on here. This must be like a compression fitting. So we'll save those in our little toolbox. China. I shouldn't make fun of them, because I guess America can't make stuff cheap, evidently, because we don't have slave labor, or do we? You guys still playing the game out there? Huh? Playing the game of paying your taxes like a good little boy or girl? 30-year mortgage, huh? It's no fun, is it? Modern day slavery. I can edit that out if I want. So, let's see. Looks like these do have an O-ring. And it is I gotta pay attention here. So this is a conical shape, and this is also a conical shape. I'm assuming that's the right fitting, since I ordered this from the same guy. Threads are good. What do you guys think? Finger tight good enough? I suppose it could blow through here if it's some saliva. I do have a little O-ring on there. Maybe it's Teflon. I don't know what's going on. So maybe some bracketry, some zip tieage. Since this thumb's not going to be operational once I turn this valve, it wouldn't be a bad idea to loop these through so they don't get pinched here. Again, I wish I had a 90 somewhere in the system here. Well, I guess as long as I keep it on the outside here, maybe it's okay. Time will tell. All right, what's your guess for the size? I'm gonna guess 19 millimeter.
Half.
Here's a 19. Oh, it is. Is that the same as anything in SAE? Let's see, I know 14 and 9/16 are the same. 13 and a half are the same. 19, is that the same as anything? Is that 3/4? I don't think it is, but it might be. Just snug it, because it's got that O-ring. I don't want to bastardize the thing. So that's that, and it looks like these are a little bigger. I'm going to face those down. It's pretty dirty out. I should protect them, huh? So that's going to go here.
Blow on it.
I'm guessing, now this didn't come with instructions there, people. I have to go back to the shop, because if you look in this hole, you can see this pin. This pin's just sloppy. I'm guessing, just because I'm puzzle world, that this little roll pin holds that pin in. It's got a little flute down there, kind of like this does, to keep it in place. Well, this big dowel pin keeps this bit in place. So there's no way to release this as far as I'm aware of. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing this pin has to be pushed out. Take this pin out, slip this in, past this spot, and this will be sitting in there like this to hold this thing in place. And then this has got a Zerk fitting for that. It's all speculation. So we'll get back to the video in a bit here, but that's what I got to figure out. This has got holes in it. Lock wire. That must be the hydraulic tank fitting or something, or a reservoir. And then there's this here with the bolt threads. I don't know what that is. There's nothing to talk about it. Other than that, there's another. I'm guessing this is like a shock absorber thing where the nitrogen goes in on the other side. And I'm guessing I have to check that when it's vertical. This thing is not light. Oh, for Christ's sakes. I got a 50 now. That must be the nitrogen hole. Judging by the size of the apparatus here. Again, so this, no instructions. Looks like this will fit on there. Why don't they just have IKEA do all the instructions for everything? You know, IKEA company, they're instruction masters. Just write instructions for all these companies.
They get theirs from China.
Denmark, yeah, maybe. Sweden. These pictures, just a picture. Like, what is this? This does nothing for me. Oh, Xi Jinping made this in his sweatshop. That's what it says. So they're all 14 to 16-year-olds. We'll get there, won't we? We'll figure it out. That's what we do. There's no other tool. Then we'll check these pins. Let's make sure these are the right size. That's what that looks like. It's just a little, so that's a seal. So I'm guessing speculation. That can't go in there. Oh, I see. I see what we're doing here. This gauge. This gauge is going to thread into here. We got her figured out, Logan. So this thumbnail thing, that's going to just go on here like this. Like the nitrogen bottle goes on to this. That'll go on to here, and this will go to the bottle. So that's how that works. This might be a depressor device. So 14 to 16. Wait till we're vertical with this. Okay. Because of gas pressure. That's how that is. Okay, we figured that out. Well, they gave you spare O-rings. Look at that, how generous. So yeah, eBay, yeah, that wrecked the space shuttle right there. Oh no, is that the cicada?
Yeah.
Starting to sound off?
I heard them this morning.
Oh, I hope they don't all start going off. So these little collars go on the pins. So this one back here, I put a washer in there, a spacer. This one here is pretty tight. I don't think I'll need that, but it helps keep the grease in and it keeps a little slop out of the system. But these things are really sloppy with that quick coupler. Like I said, I'm not really fond of it, but it came with my package. Let's see, 17 mil. They double nut. Johnny double nut. Really don't go anywhere. One thing I will say though is because of limp wristers, whoever's building these, so I gotta go through and tighten all these things. These are all pretty much everything on this thing was loose, so I don't know. I said I don't know if who does the tightening, but
malnourished 14-year-olds.
Could be. Die hard. This is actually a nice little toolkit. I'm sure this is I'm the only one this happens to. No one else has this problem when they move things around, right? Everything stays in place. That's right. So you have a 17 millimeter right here. Ooh, a ½ inch even. Bam. Let's get her nice and tight. Nice and snug. Snug her up. Like I said, I don't know. I could have given you one nylock probably, but I guess those are a pain in the ass taking off, so. Yeah, this is a nice little handy one for, especially for this side-by-side. We need to get a spare tire, by the way. Got cactus all over the land here.
I just ran over that.
What do you people think live in this little hole behind us? Loop in the comments. Have you ever seen anything like that? Rabbit? Snake? Bobcat? Coyote? I don't see any tracks, do you? No. There's some footprints from people. Maybe someone lives in there. Well, let's just get these on since it's windy out here. And we got hydraulic fluid leaking. This is a 20. What is this? They do give us wrenches that don't fit. It's a 22. Now, if I think about this, I could probably use logic and figure out what's what here. But I'm going to start with just the side that they're on. So I don't cross the hoses. I'm just going to put them on like this. Conical. I can't tell if there's a washer on there or not. Should I pre-prime this by opening that valve? Should I bleed it? Open the valve? I think it'll self-prime.
Probably supposed to bleed it.
Okay, I'm gonna open this valve.
No instructions. $50.
I'm gonna go through here. No, it doesn't work. Like this. I mean, it should just be return line and it should go through and pressurize it. Should make its nice little turn to back to the tank, I would think. Nice, it's not hot with this nice wind. Okay, I put this little cap by the old toolkit. 9,000. concur?
It'll work.
One thing I'm not too jazzed about is these valves hanging off to the side. I wonder that's how they are. It's just a diverter, a two-way, or if that's a shut-off.
Should be the same thing. I don't think there's like duplicated.
I'm not sure the capacity on this thing yet, but
Do you think that's just shipping fluid? Might have to drain it.
it feels like oil.
Looked white.
Yeah, it's like hydraulic oil, like light oil.
Low viscosity.
So we got a potential rub here, I guess.
Yeah.
To see.
Duct tape.
I'm gonna start there though. So I don't know if that's welded on there or what, but this fits on here. There's my O-ring. O-ring.
You got spares.
Simple operation, won't you? .27 millimeter to the bottle, and I'm missing a wrench. So the bottle's closed. What's this one? So we need a cap or something. This might just blow the gas right out, so I need to fill this cap. Why didn't that just come with that on there? I wonder. $15. Color good.
Mm-hmm.
So I shut the bottle.
Kilogram.
I just take this off, you think? That should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because that's in there. There's the other O-ring. I gotta check it again. Aha! Just as I suspected. Yeah, so that's just a roll pin in there. Oh yeah, I gotta grease that. Grease these other two things, pins. So now the tool can go in there, and while you're holding the tool up in there, then this goes in there, and then that pin will get driven back in. Now I used this punch. That thing they give you is a piece of crap, so I just went in there from this other side, assuming, because this hole goes all the way through, rather than drive it all the way over to here, I just drove it out this way. Now I don't know if this thing's a conical pinch hole, but since that's a split bushing, I mean that should be, or split pin, it shouldn't be tapered or anything, so assuming this is okay, so let's try it out. Let me get you on the old tripod here, bear with me. Whoop, whoop. Deploying tripod. Is it lifted up high enough? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, let's just put you loosely on the old tripod here. Oh, you're kind of on a rock. Is that okay? Do you mind? I don't know. It's pretty windy out. So this flute here is going to mate with this pin in there. That's what holds this thing together and allows it to go up and down. Now I'm imagining this thing here is going to grease this whole shaft, so I'm not going to pre-grease it. So you can look right in there. Let me bring you with me here, see what I'm looking at. So you can see that's going to be in there like that. Okay, you're not missing out. It's not that exciting. It's okay. But this little thing here has got to be on the side with this pin, so this has got to go in this way. And then this thing should not fall out. So you can see it's not going to fall out. All right. And I just got to drive this pin back in. Exciting. This is exciting stuff. I know. Hammer time! MC Hammer! Okay, that's all there is to that. Ooh, let's inject some grease in here, see? Here. Say when. That's a pretty good amount of grease. Now, one thing this does say is don't run this hammer dry in the air like this. It's got to be down on the unit you're going to be hitting. Now, it is okay to leave this thumb on, and you can actually use the thumb. I don't know, probably you won't be using the thumb with this, but you don't have to take it off of this particular unit. You can, I was thinking, oh boy, I should have taken that off because now I can't do anything and it's slightly in the down position. Well, I can just change this valve setting here, go back to normal operation. This is one thing that fell off too, by the way, from vibration. These little no Loctite, and I don't know if you'd want to Loctite it. I don't know. But I did just dry hammer it just for a second to get the hydraulic going through there, hydraulic fluid, just very lightly to see what would happen there, and then I'm gonna look at our tank level here to see if that's off kilter. Doesn't seem to be. But he'll help me point out where we're gonna go with this. Now, why did I get this thing? Let me tell you. This is a volcanic wonderland here. It's like concrete. So I need like a concrete breaker. Demolition hammer. So those are about 800 bucks on eBay. My guy, he was a little more expensive, but he got to make a buck. You know, he's a businessman, so that's understandable. But you can see that's like sodium bicarbonate. Ash. I don't think it's fly ash. I think fly ash is from chimneys and industrial buildings to make concrete stronger and lighter. But my bucket. Even my neighbor came over with his Kubota excavator backhoe attachment with a pretty aggressive tooth on it, and we chipped away a little bit more. But no, in all honesty, this is not going to perk probably with that. Some people pre-wet this. They cheat the system. They get this pre-wet. They kind of get it to soften up a little bit. But I would think water would go in there better if it was dry, so I'm not going to do that. So I need 3 test holes, about 6 feet deep. This one made the cut. So I've got 1, I think. But I just know when I go to do my footings in my house, I'm going to need a rock breaker. So that's a demolition hammer. This one might need a little more help. Again, I'm starting to get into that white rock. And for stuff like these rocks, I don't know if it's going to split a rock in half, but we're going to find out together, and you'll get the full scoop. So you want to start digging in the White Mountains, Arizona? Chances are you're on the same volcanic plain here. And my neighbor's property, he had the same stuff too, so he had a big excavator brought in. But a little Kubota backhoe actually did chop up some of this. This is with my ripper. Now the little backhoe did pretty good. He got down extra quick, then he got into this caliche, and I was able to use that stump ripper attachment, and that got me the rest of those little balls you saw, those rocks. It's almost like one sheet, and when you break it up, it comes up in chunks. So I don't know if these are rocks, individual rocks, or one sheet, and they just come up as you break them. Well, some of them are quite big, and that little mini excavator did this in about an hour, and it lifts these things out of there with the thumb. But what I'm going to do now is just dig as far as I can, usually, and then try to jackhammer the rest out, and then go back to the bucket. Again, I'm just going to do away with that quick attach, because it's not really a time saver, and I broke a bolt. It's a $40 bolt. The attachments are kind of a little wobbly, and so you have a little more play, and I definitely don't want that. So for those of you that think the quick attachment is something great, it actually is more of a hassle in my opinion.
Yeah.